The Starr and D'Amico Show, brought to you by cheapesttshirts.ca. Need blanks for your next event or club? Check out cheapesttshirts.ca. No minimum order, free shipping over $350. Same-day shipping on lots of items. Affordable, Canadian, ready to print your design. Brought to you by Catherine Prince at Remax Platine, your Montreal real estate connection. Call her at 514-702-2474 or email Catherine with a K, Catherine at catherineprince.com. If you're looking to buy, sell, or invest with confidence, Catherine Prince, your key to the city's property market. Brought to you by McLean's Pub. Looking for a lively downtown spot with great food and atmosphere? Come to McLean's Pub on Peel Street. Classic pub eats, plenty of beer, and all the sports on all the screens. Grab your friends and make McLean's your go-to place tonight. Brought to you by Cabletel, your full-service telecom partner for business and home. From structured cabling and phone systems to Wi-Fi, cameras, and alarms, Cabletel keeps you connected, secure, and performing at your best. Your partner for the future. It's Cabletel. Happy game day, everybody. The Montreal Canadiens back in action. Nice. I love this. I love this so much. Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, the good old format. All games at 7 p.m. as Montreal welcomes in Phil Deneau and the LA Kings tonight live from the Bell Center. Marco and I will be here Wednesday morning live to recap that game as the Montreal Canadiens look to make it back-to-back W's. You can be a big winner by shopping at Little Bear, littlebearonline.com. Everything you need for your pet's needs. They care about your pet as much as you do. Chuck and Evie. This is a family-owned local business on St. Catherine across from Westmount Square. All the best brands at the best prices and good expert advice without the predatory sales tactics. They're not trying to push an agenda. I trust my pet with Little Bear, and I encourage you to do the same at littlebearonline.com or check them out in person on St. Catherine across from Westmount Square. Marco, the depth of the Montreal Canadiens to me has been one of the more pleasing aspects of this season, with Suzuki on 20 points, Cole Caulfield on 18 points. I mean, we're talking about 7 players that are already in double-digit scorings. Cole Caulfield's projected for like a 50-goal season. I mean, the guy's just on fire after a 2-goal performance in the 6-2 win Saturday over Utah. But what about the contributions they're getting from the back end? Let's talk about how elite some of these guys are, in particular, what Lane Hutson is up to. I got a mushmouth syndrome today. He's on 13 points through 15 games, and Mike Matheson, 3 goals and 9 points through 15 games. I mean, we're talking about Noah Dobson. I mean, I didn't even mention Noah Dobson. I mean, there's so many options here, brother.
This is the first time since the pandemic where there could be a team with 3 defensemen that could be at 50 points or higher.
Whew, that's pretty good for a team that wants to do some damage in the regular season.
But I alluded to this the other day. Noah Dobson right now ranks in the elite of the NHL. I believe number 1, if not number 2 at the moment of this drop
Yeah.
in 5-on-5 scoring for defensemen. And I don't mean even strict. I mean 5-on-5. That means no OT, no 4-on-4, 5-on-5.
Yeah.
And it really goes to show you exactly what they are looking for in terms of the impact of Noah Dobson. Not only has he transformed the team defensively, I think everybody's in a good spot, but he also has made the process better. He's made everything easier in terms of the transition. He's helped simplify Mike Matheson's game. You're starting to see him bring more offense, right? Like this is his passing in the offensive zone, his shoot threat in the
Yeah.
offensive zone. Like it's just creating more chances whenever he's on the ice. And lines are definitely at forward are taking advantage. I mean, I think I made the comment yesterday when Mike Matheson and Noah Dobson are on the ice with the Canadiens' fourth line, the most dangerous forward on the ice is Noah Dobson.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not by chance. It's because he controls the pace of the game to such an elite level that even with Caden Gooley out at 5-on-5, when they're not trying to defend a lead, but just trying to play their game, they have probably one of the top 3 trio defensemen in the NHL right now. The way that they're playing. I mean, right, like Cale Makar, as we speak, is in God mode. He
Cheat
cannot be
code.
touched.
Cheat code player.
Cheat code,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
nothing there.
Yeah.
Who's second in defensive scoring? Lane Hutson, right? And Lane Hutson is flirting with the point per game status. He's got 13 points in 15 games.
Mhm.
And then Noah Dobson, who's not even on first wave of the power play, is
Exactly.
right there with 11 points, right? And to me, you look at these guys play, you look at everybody else that plays around and is, jockeying for position. Miro Heiskanen plays on power play one. Morgan Riley plays on power play one. Josh Morrissey plays on power play one. Eric Carlson plays on power play one. Victor Hedman plays on power play one. Charlie McAvoy plays on power play one. Matthew Schaefer is a cheat code in the making. And John Carlson plays on power play one. So does Mikhail Sergachev. So does Jake Sanderson. So does Adam Fox. But Noah Dobson plays on power play too. And he's right up there with them. And one of his 11 points came on the power play. The
Right.
rest is 5-on-5. So it goes to show you that that offense that he provides is translatable in the most crucial evaluation process of an NHL performance. 5-on-5 dependability.
Mhm.
And I think, and I'll stop touching on Noah Dobson. I really do want to get on Mike Matheson, but I
Yeah.
think having Noah Dobson in the way that he plays right now, his insertion takes the load off of Lane Hutson offensively, because it was basically Lane Hutson on an island by himself last year. And it takes the load off of Mike Matheson defensively so that he can now simplify his game. And it isn't, a turnover machine on the breakout anymore. He also has an option in case there is excessive pressure being put on him.
Isn't it doubly surprising when we talk about the projections, right? Like Lane Hutson projected for 71 points. Noah Dobson
Mhm.
on pace for a 60-point season. But how many people were aware of this? Noah Dobson has one power play point. It's an assist. Lane
Yeah.
Hutson has 3 power play assists this season. Of
Mhm.
all the contributions that he's done, it's not like he's, give you an extreme example, like Mark Striding this or Sheldon Surrey this, like just feasting on the power play and getting these
Mhm.
gaudy numbers, right? I mean, it's
Yeah.
just to me, it's more evidence about the well-roundedness
Mhm.
and the reliability of these two guys in particular. I mean, it's quite something when you dive into their numbers, those two guys specifically.
My 2 cents, and I'm not championing for this to happen,
Yeah.
but my 2 cents, Noah Dobson would be second in defensive scoring in the NHL if he played on the first wave of the power
I
play.
I was gonna say, I mean,
And I don't
how
and
much
I
better
am
can he be point production wise, right?
yeah, and I'm not saying that they need to put him there. I'm
No.
just saying, n knowing what he can do at 5-on-5, if he were on the first power play wave, his numbers would be even higher. That's all I
Mhm.
gotta say. It's
Mhm.
not it's not a it's not a knock on Lane Hutson, who has done a fantastic job on that first wave. All I'm saying is you can only have one defenseman on your first wave, and they have 3 really good options to put there, 2 if you really wanna get into it. And the fact that Noah Dobson is doing all this at 5-on-5 while being a stabilizing force on defense. I mean, again, Islanders fans do their best on social media to try and rub the fact that they
Of
got a
course.
couple of good players in that trade.
Of
But
course.
again, the best player in that trade is Noah Dobson without a shadow of a doubt. And when you look at the impact that he has, teams generally trade more for a player like that. If we look at
Mhm.
the other trades for similar players in the last couple of I would say the last decade.
If we get into Mike Matheson, like the average point production from Hudson to Dobson to Matheson is 11 points. Lane
Mhm,
Hudson leads the way. He's got 13. We talked about Noah
mhm,
Dobson and his 11 points with 10 assists. Mike Matheson and his 9, right? I mean, it's we've spoken about this. We've spoken about this on episodes, on live shows.
mhm,
It's almost unanimous. If you're looking for an MVP out of the gate, if you're not mentioning Cole Caulfield's name, you're probably mentioning Mike Matheson's name. All situations player, but it's amazing to see his development from a more or less a whipping boy, to be dramatic, a year ago. The reason why the Canadians were
mhm,
defensively poor, getting walked around, whatever, however you chose to see Mike Matheson play last season. Not only is he an all situations player, a minute eating machine for the Montreal Canadiens and Martin St. Louis, his offense has not gone away either. It's just kind of surprising and I guess a testament to
mhm.
his professionalism, taking any role and then really not missing a beat. And I got to think his ability to be just a great skater helps his game so much.
He is the only defenseman in the NHL over the age of 30 playing 25 minutes or more in the NHL.
Wow.
The
Yeah.
only one. Everybody else, Quinn Hughes, 26, Zach Werenski, 28, Travis Sanheim, 29, Cale Makar, 27 already. Miro Heiskanen, 26, Moritz Seider, 24, Jackson Lacombe, 24, and then there's Mike Matheson, 31, 8th in the NHL for average time on ice. And, if you had to filter for even strength, he's 7th in the NHL for time on ice. That is insane.
It is. Yeah.
And so when we talk about, can Mike Matheson sign a long-term deal with the Montreal Canadiens without it looking bad towards the middle to tail end of it? And I say long-term, I mean like 5 years. Like
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
not.
Yeah.
We're not going 8 unless he takes like a $3 million AAV, right? But
Mhm.
what I would say is, watching him play, I am less likely to think that his play is going to dramatically dip because he's in such good physical shape.
Yeah.
I mean, at 31 years old, you're playing 25 minutes a game. Meanwhile, you're surrounded by all these young bucks that are like 3 to 4 to 5 to 6 years into their career. This guy is like 13 years into his career.
Mm-hmm.
So it is a fortuitous thing for the Canadians, but all this while Caden Gooley is out. And I think that's what's really interesting, is that when most teams lose such an important piece like a Caden Gooley, who on, I would say, at least half the teams in the NHL, he'd be pushing for top pair minutes.
Yeah.
When they get him back, I mean, they're going to be firing on all cylinders, and that will be one of the most complete top fours in the NHL. And we talked about this, right? Like, I'm not going to say that they're the best, right? There are better top fours out there right now. You can look around. I think Colorado's really solid, but
Absolutely. Yeah.
they're elevated. Why?
Yeah.
Because Cale Makar is God mode, right? There are other teams, but what I think is long-term fit, the Canadians have the best top four core in the NHL.
Mm-hmm.
And they're only going to continue to add to that if David Reinbacher reaches his potential, and when they funnel in a guy like Adam Engstrom. But I think what's very intriguing is, outside of Matheson, all these guys are signed long term. And
Exactly.
so when I speak to pro scouts about the Canadians defense, all I'm told is they're not only built for today's NHL, they're built for tomorrow's NHL. And I
Hmm.
think the other comment I got was, they make transition fast. They make counterattack hockey. That was it. They make counterattack hockey fun, because the Canadians, we talk about the Canadians as a quick paced team, a fast team. I think we saw it on Saturday night. They were a very fast team when
Yeah.
they were in confidence.
Yep. Agreed.
That stems from the blue line. That stems from the three men we just brought up that are able to kill plays, turn it around, make the quick play in transition to take the puck the other way. And what I think is different this year from last year's is they join the offensive rush. You
Correct.
look at Lane Hutson on Saturday night. How many times
Oh,
was he like,
I couldn't
not
believe
only
it.
was he following the rush, at some points he was leading the rush,
Correct.
right?
Yeah.
And jumping in on the play, and coming in as the fourth man to destabilize the defensive structure of the opposition. That kind of play, that kind of hockey IQ, that kind of impact in transition maybe isn't quantifiable because he's not holding the puck, so you're not really measuring what he's doing, but that opens up the game for the forwards in a way that the Canadians did not do last year, and to me is a very big factor in explaining why the Canadians are scoring at a higher clip to start the season vis-a-vis last year's.
Mhm. Listen, you've got the horses. Don't keep them in the stable. Let them run, right? And I'll tip my cap to Martin St. Louis. I disagreed with it at the time. I was a little worried about Dobson and Matheson as a pairing. But I mean, he talked about it. He let everybody know exactly what their strategy was. Speed can be a great way to play defense. And 15 games into this season, on this game day, Habs hosting LA at 7 o'clock tonight. He was bang on through 15 games. And I think, watching this episode, you have a clearer picture of why that is and why the Montreal Canadiens have one of the more elite top four blue line systems right now in the National Hockey League. Don't forget, we're going to be live Wednesday morning. That will be tomorrow to recap and dive deep on the Habs and LA Kings. And if you like what you see here on youtube.com or listening in your car or at home on your preferred audio podcast platform, why not come check us out live November 17th with the Canadiens taking on Columbus, 6:30 to 7:30. We're going to be doing a live show from Maison Publique McLean's on Peel Street. We'd love to see you. We've got great prizes from our friends at Morella's Steakhouse in Ganawage, Highway 132, right over the Mercier Bridge. We'll have Maison Publique McLean's gift cards to give away. We've got free swag. So, if you're not motivated to come see me or Marco live in person, how about free stuff? That gets people moving, and we've got lots to give away because we love you. That's why. See, Marco's pointing to his hat. If you can't, just to explain it, paint a picture. For those listening on the audio platform, drinking out of Starr and D'Amico mugs, wearing a Starr and D'Amico hat. So come check us out November 17th, live from 6:30 to 7:30. And of course, as always, the march to 20,000 subscribers begins with each and every single one of you. So thanks for being a loyal subscriber and viewer to the show. Stay tuned for our live show tomorrow morning. And then Thursday, we're going to get into an interesting topic. Is it too early to call, or is the timeline shaping up? Are teams starting to bottom out? Are they ripe for the picking? Stay tuned for that episode. Marco D'Amico, thanks as always, brother.
Always a pleasure, guys.